So last week here on the show, we were talking about why you named your pet what you named him. We had a lot of great stories. But let's be honest, Kate. We have nicknames for our furry ones, too. It's a Prospector show on Rock 107. I have a puppy, Puka. I call her Pooh, Poo-Poo, Pooh-Berry, Poohtronovich, Pookaluk, Coin Face.
You got a whole book of them.
Yeah, I got a ton of books for her. Now, nicknames for your cat?
Leia just gets referred to as Stinky.
So what do you call your pet, even though it's not your name? That's what we, or their name, rather. That's what we want to know this morning.
Lacey Joe from your Facebook said, my cat's name is, I believe it's pronounced Louvie, so I call him McLouvie and McLovin.
I was thinking it was Lovey. It could be Louie. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, brother, very good. Got one to text it in.
We got one!
The Rock 107 Rock Lines. My Labrador is named Bert. When my husband comes home, he always says, "Hiya, Bert." But it sounds like he's saying Albert, so now I call Bert Albert. Okay.
Kim from your Twitter said his name is Shady, but I call him Peanut, Shade, Shade Dog, Shade Tree. It's ridiculous, and the list just keeps going.
I love a good list. Keep going on and on. Bob from Hanover on the Rock Lines. What do you call your pet, even though it's not their name?
I call my dog Meatball. He's a 2-year-old blue-eyed husky that's goofy.
Now, what's the actual name of the dog?
Bandit. He has a mask on him. His face is white with black. It looks like he has a mask.
I like that. Bandit's a great name, but you call him Meatball.
Yes, I do. He's a lovable meatball.
I love that.
Got a text into my cat's name is Jagger, Paul says. Nickname, Pain in the A.
Dana from your Instagram says, I call my cat Kai, and then Schmuffin, like the muffin from Sheets, which is so specific.
That's very funny. I enjoy that one immensely. Let's see. Got another one here. Texted in. His name is Riley, but sometimes I call him Muttley.
There's so many of these.
Which I can always just think of Muttley's little laugh.
Mike from your Twitter said, my dog Sid has several nicknames: Whiny Heiny, Barky McBarkson, Pain in the among others.
I like Whiny Heiny.
Yeah, I like that one too.
That's a good one.
Anne from your Facebook said, Gunther is called Pumpkinhead, Stormy Creek is called Woo, and Zeppelin is called Peep or Pop.
All right, we got one on the Rock Lines here. Actually, this is from Open Mic on the Rock 107 app. Your pet's nicknames.
My dog's name is Gus, and I call him Gusterson, Gustafferson, Gus, and Knucklehead sometimes.
Another one with a long litany of names.
Yeah, but I like that they're all kind of similar.
Yeah.
Big fan of that.
Okay, there's alliteratives to them, so I like that. Yeah.
Kathy from our TikTok said, my cat's name is Tigger, so I call him T-Bean, Beaner, Tig, and Lovies.
Tig is great. That's what we're talking about this morning. Those nicknames you call your pets, even though it's not their name.
Breaking the news that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
The Pittsburgh Steelers have signed Aaron Rodgers to a 1-year contract worth $13.65 million. That paycheck is even more lucrative when you add the fact that Rodgers will probably only be healthy enough to play about 2.5 games. Les Paul, one of the men responsible for the electric guitar, was born on this day in 1915. If he were alive today, I'm sure he'd be denying he's related to Logan and Jake. Aaron Rodgers signed with the Steelers. Some terms of his contract are under wraps, as will be his Achilles tendon after he tears it on opening day.
It's 60 Minutes meets Gone in 60 Seconds. Tune in tomorrow for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
I'm sure you've heard the saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? Good morning, it's Prospector Show on Rock 107. Kate, a new mural in the Rolling Mill Hill section of Wilkes-Barre causing a little controversy.
Several street artists painted on a building at Blackman and Arch Streets in recent days, and some neighbors are not happy about it.
Now, we're talking about a painting on a concrete wall, right? And the neighbors losing their minds, like half of them are like, it's art. The other half are saying, we're storming City Hall with pitchforks and a can of beige paint. I mean, look, it's a freaking wall. You're acting like somebody used graffiti on the Mona Lisa here. Come on.
Rolling Mill Hill Resident Association President Linda Joseph said, it's just not good. It's not a good look for the area, and I don't think it's good anywhere in the city.
I love how people get so territorial about the neighborhood. Like, get a grip. Art's supposed to make you feel something. If you're feeling rage, congratulations. The art worked.
Laura Mudlock, the owner and director of a funeral home, who also lives above the funeral home, which is across the street from the mural, says, it's very upsetting to me. I feel like I live in the ghetto right now.
The ghetto. Oh, that's not a dog whistle at all, right? Oh, okay. Look, it's street artists. Look, I know what's you're thinking. Here's what I say. Leave it up. Let the mural stay. If it's ugly, it starts a conversation. If it's great, it's a landmark. Either way, stop crying to the government like they're your mom. You're adults. Deal with it. Maybe paint a mural on your building, or maybe move to a gated community where the only art is a welcome mat.
There you go. The complaints have reached City Hall, and Wilkes-Barre Mayor George Brown says, I understand that some residents are not happy with the drawings that were placed on the building. However, since the drawings were approved by the owner of the building, the city cannot mandate the drawings be removed.
Oh, that's it. What's that? Oh, the First Amendment. That's what that is. Look, if you try to please everybody with art, good luck. You paint a flower, somebody's like, well, I'm allergic. You paint a dog, cats are better. If they painted a blank wall, somebody would, it's boring. Where's the pizzazz? You can't win.
In the meantime, Joseph says she and 10 to 15 other residents will take the issue to City Council this week to see if anything can be done about the mural.
Neighbors are running to City Hall whining, do something about the wall. What do you want, a SWAT team to rappel down there and sandblast it? The city's got actual problems, bigger problems, potholes swallowing sedans, water mains exploding like a Michael Bay movie. But no, let's all have a meltdown over a wall with some colors on it. It's a ridiculous. This is all over a mural on a private building in the city. The only thing louder than the colors, all the complaining. I'm Prospector, and I got a message from Katie and Jesse, who work for a dentist, and they wanted me to prank call the man. And I came up with the idea that I might have an app from a smartphone that could diagnose dental problems. It's another Prospector, Rock 107.
Hello?
Hi, yeah, we're calling for George Jordan.
This is him.
George, this is Rick. I'm with Continental Dental. Do you have a second?
Yes, you said Continental Dental?
Yeah, we're with Continental Dental. Are you familiar with us?
No.
We're a national dental chain, but we're new to the area, so we're soliciting new business. And we received a request from someone from your office that said you might be a good candidate for one of our phone consultations if you have a second. There's no charge, and it might take like 30 seconds or so.
Someone called from my office?
Yeah, someone from your office called and said you might be a good candidate for our phone consultation.
What did they say?
Well, we had solicited them for some dental work, and they said they just had a cleaning, but maybe you're someone that might be interested.
Okay,
so
I'm wondering why they would think that I'm.
I don't know.
Candidate.
They just said the consensus amongst people in the office, maybe something you might want to look at. Like I said, I don't know anything about.
Okay.
What's that?
Consensus from the office. Okay. Well, what did they say?
They basically said that they think you might have a dental issue based on, consensus among people in the office.
Wow.
So I would guess that this is nothing to be embarrassed about. Maybe it's a breath issue, because that's probably most likely what they could tell. Do your teeth, do they look normal? Have you had any teeth pain?
They look normal. I haven't had any pain. I don't think I have an issue.
Well, if you got 30 seconds, we can get to the bottom of it.
How can I?
Without judgment.
Is this about my breath?
Well, I'm guessing that that's what they said. I mean, I can't reveal what told us, but we could bring an end-to-end in speculation and say, hey, look, I know my breath is fine. I had it calculated from Continental Dental. I have good breath. We'll even give you a certificate.
Thank you, but I'm not really interested.
Oh, hold on. Wait. Can we just try it out real quick, all right?
I just don't have the time.
Look, please, all I need is to breathe out really hard. Like that, okay? Let me just, here we go. Let me calibrate the phone. Go.
Okay, fine, whatever. Here you go.
No, that was too quick. Could you go a little longer? Let me try it again. Go. Keep going. Okay. All right. I'm going to calibrate your answer now. Hold on. I'm getting the answer. Ooh.
What does that even mean?
Well, good news and bad news. You want the bad news first or good news first?
Give me the bad news first.
The bad news is you've got a mesial number 32, like a mesial occlusion, which is probably what's causing the breath issue, and it's not an uncommon thing. Here's the good news. We can fix it very quickly with a Prosi. Would that be something you'd be interested in?
What are you talking about?
A Prosi. You could have the Prosi procedure and would take care of it, and you wouldn't have any more issues with your breath.
I don't even know what it is, and I don't even think I have an issue.
Well, I can tell you what it is. You want me to tell you what it is?
Well, please.
Okay, I'll tell you what it is. It's a prank call we're playing on you right now.
Wait, this is just a joke?
Yeah, it's a joke. You're on the radio. It's not real. You're on Rock 107. Your breath is totally fine, dude.
Oh, my gosh.
Your coworker said we should call you. It's a Prospector prank call.
I mean, I brush regularly. I don't have an issue with my pet.
No. Katie and Jesse at the office, they gave me your number and said I can give you a call.
I'm going to get them back so bad.
One more. Can you just one more thing? A zebra was finally captured yesterday. He's the pet zebra that went missing near Nashville last week. The Rutherford County Sheriff's Department posted a video of a helicopter airlifting him to a horse trailer that was waiting to take him home.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107. Ladies and gentlemen, grab the kids, call your neighbors, and gather around the radio.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Jam Bag of the Day, as decided by you at rock107.com.
We uncover the most baffling, ridiculous, pathetic, cockeyed, laughable, preposterous blunders in the world of misdeeds. Nominee number 1.
I guess you just can't make an honest living anymore. A 21-year-old guy on Long Island got arrested after a string of TikTok videos where he'd go around to different stores and places and dump big buckets of food on his head. His name is Kyle Vasquez, but he goes by the TikTok handle Tommy Tough Knuckles. Now, he didn't steal the food, he brought it with him. For example, he sold a bucket of black beans on his head. The place had to close early to make the cleanup happen. He also dumped eggs on himself outside of an Italian ice place, milk on himself outside of a Walgreens, and he did the ice bucket challenge inside a grocery store. Each time he'd run off and leave the mess for someone else to deal with, but that's really not what got him arrested. Cops found his social media page and saw another series of videos where he'd go into people's homes, ask to use the bathroom, and leave a big mess behind. It looks like those videos have now been removed, but he's facing 6 counts of recording people without their consent, 2 counts of criminal tampering, and up to 4 years in jail.
Nominee number 2.
People are still really fired up over tipping culture. And that goes for people who expect tips, too. A 59-year-old man in Washington State named Robert Delahant was driving for DoorDash last week when he delivered a $100 order. Robert didn't get a tip in the system or a cash tip upon arrival, so he took matters into his own hands. He returned to the house the next morning with a loaded gun. Oh, he was also loaded, too, if you know what I mean. It sounds like Robert planned to intimidate them into giving him a tip, but the 19-year-old girl and her 55-year-old father weren't having it. Robert lifted his shirt to show he had a gun, and that's when the father started wrestling with him, got control of the gun, and shoved Robert down onto the driveway and demanded that he leave. Robert, the DoorDash driver, called police as he drove away, saying that he had returned after being cheated out of a tip, and he was shoved by the father. He conveniently glossed over the loaded gun thing. The father and daughter said Robert was loud and mouthy and that he reeked of alcohol. Cops say he later admitted to drinking. Robert was charged with assault, harassment, and driving under the influence. His blood alcohol level was more than twice the legal limit. He also has a prior DUI conviction. DoorDash has also canned him. It doesn't sound like the father and daughter are in any trouble, and they didn't explain why they didn't tip.
And the winner is
the DoorDash driver who wasn't tipped and then returned to the house with a gun. You're the Yam Bag of the Day. And we'll move on to Friday's Yam Bag of the Week competition. Keep it here for all the nominees for Prospector's Yam Bag of the Day, weekday mornings on Rock 107. Thanks for listening to Prospector's Prime Cuts podcast. Be sure to catch us live weekdays from 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app, a free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.